Hi everyone, happy Sunday. Welcome back to Clues by Sam. I'm doing a little bit better today. Still tired, so again, no stream today, but we're gonna do the hard Clues by Sam for today. I'm really excited for this. And if you don't know what Clues by Sam is, it's a daily logic puzzle game where there are 20 people, each of which must be a criminal or an innocent, and you gotta figure that out using the clues that they themselves might give you. So we do this every day here on the channel. We are back onto it, and if you want to play as well, there is a link in the description to take you to it. I'll start mine right away and explain my logic as I go. So shall we start with Noah telling us that only one of the 3 criminals in row 5 is Vera's neighbor. So Vera is in row 5 herself, which means that the 2 people who are also in row 5 that neighbor her are opposites. Only one of them is a criminal, the other one is an innocent. But one more thing, there's 4 people in row 5 and 3 of them are criminals. If we know that one of these people is an innocent, that's the single innocent that is in that row, because we need the other 2 people to be criminals as well, so we can have 3. So Vera and Tyler both are criminals. And now Vera says there's an odd number of criminals in column B. We don't know how many are there yet, so let's leave that there. And look at Tyler's clue. Both innocents below Barney are connected. So there's 2 innocents below Barney. 4 people are below Barney total. If 2 of them are innocents, that means 2 of them are criminals, right? 2 is an even number of criminals in column B. We need an odd number of criminals. So that means that we need 1 more to make 3, which is an odd number. And that person can only be Barney. Now, let me leave that clue there because it tells us about the instance being connected. And look at Barney's clue. Ruby has exactly 5 criminal neighbors. So Ruby has 1 criminal neighbor here in row 5, that's Vera. The second one is either Uma or Dina, so that's 2. She needs 3 more, right? And there's 4 more people who could be criminals around her. Let's say that Lisa and Phil both... we gotta think that 3 people neighbor Ruby in column B. And of those, we could have at most 2 being criminals, right? Because there's 2 criminals below Barney in column B. So let's say that Phil and Uma both are criminals. That will make Lisa an innocent. And now Ruby has 1, 2, 3 criminals neighboring her. If that will make both Megan and Saga criminals as well, because she needs 5, right? So these 2 are criminals as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If, on the other hand, there's 2 innocents here in this column neighboring Ruby. Let's say that Uma and Phil are both innocents. Lisa would then be a criminal, and now Ruby has... Zena would then be a criminal. Ruby has 1, 2, 3 criminals neighboring her, which means that both Megan and Saga would have to be criminals to total 5. So we figured out that both Megan and Saga are always criminals. Nice, very nice. Megan now says there's an odd number of criminals neighboring Hank. Where's Hank? Here. Okay, Hank has 8 people neighboring him. 2 of them are already criminals. That's not an odd number, but we don't know how many are there total. Saga says there's 2 of the 11 criminals on the edges are in column C. So there's 2 people on the edges in column C, which means that both of them have to be criminals. One of them, Vera, already is. The second one, Chad, has to be as well. Now, we know that there's 11 criminals on the edges. So from the 14 people on the edges, 3 of them are innocents. I'm trying. Hank now has 3 innocent neighbors. 3 criminal neighbors, sorry. And he needs an odd number of those. 3 is an odd number. But we gotta remember that Hank also has 2 people besides Barney neighboring him in column B. It could be that both of these guys are criminals, Lisa and Gus. In that case, Hank could have 5 criminal neighbors here. It could be that both of them are innocents. And if that's the case, Hank would have 3 criminal neighbors. Does it tell me anything about Donna and Igor? I don't think so. Could we have Gus being a criminal and Lisa an innocent? Yes, because it's the innocents in column B below Barney that are connected. So this could happen. We could have Lisa and Phil like so. There's another number of criminals in column B. Guess we don't need that anymore, do we? Are we thinking about the 11 criminals on the edges? Because we can only have 3 innocents, and we have Noah who's on the edge and he's an innocent. We're gonna have a second innocent who's either Uma or Zena. So we can only have a third innocent somewhere else. And if Hank were to have Gus as a criminal and Lisa as an innocent, neighboring him, he will need, because now he has 4 criminals neighboring him, and he needs an odd number of criminals, so he would need only 1 more criminal here neighboring him in column D, and that will put our third innocent here on the edge. If both of these guys are criminals, then that's fine. We have 5 criminals here. 6, 7 if both Donna and Igor are criminals, but we couldn't have both of them be innocents. And we can't have both of these guys be innocents, can we? If both of them are innocents, well, we could have both Donna and Igor being criminals too. That would keep the oddness of the numbers for Hank. So I don't think that's that. I think what we know is that Lisa is an innocent. But how and why? And when? Can we have this? Phil and Uma. Oh. Now Gus and Lisa are both criminals and Phil and Uma are both innocents. Ruby would need 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5th criminal neighborhood Zena. That works actually. Hank has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That works. Can we have Uma a criminal and Lisa an innocent? For Ruby, that doesn't change anything, does it? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. So Lisa couldn't be an innocent. Because if she is, Ruby has no way of having 5 criminals neighboring her. Unless Phil is a criminal and Gus is an innocent. And in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this case, what we found is that, let me go back. Phil couldn't be an innocent. I'm not sure. Let me look. If Phil is an innocent, both of these guys are innocents, right? Now, if Phil is an innocent, Lisa could be an innocent. And Ruby has 1, 2, 3, 4. If Phil is an innocent, Lisa couldn't be an innocent. Uma has to be an innocent so that Ruby can have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. If Phil is a criminal, then Lisa is an innocent, and Gus as well. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm confused as to what I'm trying to see here. If Uma is an innocent, that makes Ina a criminal. But Uma being an innocent, because all innocents are connected below Barney, Uma being an innocent makes Phil an innocent. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 criminal neighbors for Ruby, which is what we have to have. And Hank has an odd number. So that works. If Uma is a criminal, that makes Ina an innocent. But now Ruby has 1, 2, 3, 4. So Uma being a criminal makes Phil a criminal, which in turn makes Lisa and Gus innocents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that works. And did I check that? Yeah, Uma being an innocent makes Phil an innocent. But both scenarios work, so this is not the person I have to be looking at. I might go through the clues again because I'm lost. So only one of the 3 criminals in row 5 is Vera's neighbor. Okay, we don't need that. 11 criminals on the edges are in column C. We have Vera and Chad. Odd number of criminals in column B. We're gonna have that. Both innocents below Barney are connected. We're solving that. Odd number of criminals neighboring Hank. Is that trying to tell us that these 2 are always criminals? Because we can't have Lisa and Phil as innocents here. This just doesn't work. Oops, Gus would then be a criminal. This never works because in this situation now, Ruby doesn't have 5 criminal neighbors. So it's impossible for this scenario to happen. And Hank having to have an innocent here in column D to make an odd number of criminals neighboring him. So I guess we know that both of these guys are criminals always, because in any scenario, to make an odd number, both of them will need to be criminals. It's crime time. Now Igor says that an odd number of innocents below Amy, neighbor Lisa. Well, below Amy there's 3 people that neighbor Lisa. So either one of them is an innocent or all of them, but we couldn't have all of them being innocents because we have only one more innocent to put on the edge. So one of these guys is an innocent, which makes Amy not an innocent because she is on the edge as well. And now Amy says there's only one innocent below Irwin. So the single innocent that we have left to put on the edge is not Irwin. And Irwin says that Lisa has exactly 6 criminal neighbors. So how many does she have so far? 1 here, 2 with Irwin, 3 with Megan. So she needs 3 more. Do we know who that is? Is that the person that... Oh, I mean the single innocent that we need besides either Jane or Oscar? We need 1 more innocent. So is that person neighboring her in column B? It has to be. Because there's no way, since there's 2 innocents in column B, right? There's no way for none of those innocents to neighbor Lisa. If she is an innocent, then the other innocent is gonna be neighboring her. And if she's not an innocent, then Phil and Uma both are gonna be innocents, which makes one innocent neighbor her. So we know that both Hank and Ruby are criminals. I like the way we are supposed to deduce that. I don't know if we are supposed to deduce it that way, but I like the way that I deduce that. I like the way it went around. Hank says now that there's only one innocent below Jane. Oh, so that's Oscar, which makes Jane herself a criminal. And now Oscar says there are more criminals in row 2 than row 5. Well, we know there's 3 criminals in row 5, so there has to be more than that in row 2, which makes us an innocent. A criminal! Why do I do that? Now we know that Phil is an innocent because innocents in column B are connected, and that makes Lisa and Uma one an innocent, the other one a criminal. Criminals in row 2 and row 5, we don't need that anymore. The number of criminals neighboring Hank. Hank has so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 criminal neighbors, so he needs a 7th, and that has to be Lisa, which makes Uma an innocent, and that makes Nina a criminal. Ugh, again with the yellow. I can't believe I did that. But it's been a while since I've done some mistake out of not paying attention to what I'm saying and what I'm doing. And it's a hard one on a Sunday after all. I'm still a little bit tired, so I'm giving myself the slack for this one, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know how it went for you if you did play, and I'll be back again tomorrow with more Clues by Sam, so see you tomorrow.